Do you dare to stare directly at the sight of a venomous snake swallowing its own kind in sheer, terrifying silence? In today's video, you will witness horrifying moments of venomous snakes hunting and cannibalizing each other caught on camera. Authentic footage that will make anyone shiver. Let's explore it right now. Malayan Krait versus Sunbeam snake. Under the cover of darkness, the Malayan Krait has firmly clamped its jaws onto the body of the Sunbeam snake. The prey immediately counterattacks. It coils its body, tightly constricting the enemy's head to escape.
So, what happens now is going to be pretty extraordinary. As soon as the Sunbeam snake realizes...
The Sunbeam snake possesses smooth, completely keelless scales. This structure helps it create a slippery surface, making it difficult for the enemy.
For quite a while, actually.
However, the Malayan Krait directly attacks and severs the signals transmitted from the victim's brain to its muscles. The Sunbeam snake gradually weakens as its entire motor and respiratory systems begin to shut down. The constricting coils loosen and gradually slip off the predator's head. The once rigid body mass now becomes limp.
Inches away from the head, and the Sunbeam snake just took it in the headlock.
The opponent has fallen, and the Malayan Krait begins to loosen its mouth.
Coconut there.
The swallowing process begins. The Malayan Krait shows off the flexibility of its jawbone system.
Quite a bit.
The bone segments can move independently, helping it rhythmically pull and swallow the giant prey whole into its stomach. California Kingsnake versus Rattlesnake. The California Kingsnake is launching an attack on the Rattlesnake. Its constricting force immediately cuts off the opponent's blood circulation and heartbeat. It tightly locks the head area to neutralize the venomous fangs. The enzymes in the kingsnake's blood quickly break down and neutralize the venom that has just been injected. The victim falls, and the kingsnake opens its jaws to the maximum to accommodate prey as long as its own body. The kingsnake slithers away, beginning a long, energy-filled digestion cycle. Red-bellied black snake versus brown snake. A fierce clash is taking place. The red-bellied black snake has completely captured its prey. The hunter uses the Jacobson's organ on the roof of its mouth. This helps it collect scent particles in the air to analyze and assess the opponent's condition. The brown snake twists desperately, trying to struggle endlessly to break free. The red-bellied black snake makes full use of its body weight to pin its opponent tightly to the ground. The attacker's continuous suppression causes the brown snake to gradually exhaust its stamina and lose its ability to resist. The red-bellied black snake slowly releases its fangs and then slithers along the prey's body to find a suitable position. This meal contains an abundant amount of protein, providing enough energy for it to survive for a long day. Eastern indigo snake and cottonmouth.
One's gonna win, one's gonna lose.
The battle breaks out on the dry leaves. The eastern indigo snake is dominating the situation.
So you gotta be careful walking around out here.
Its superior length advantage helps it pin the cottonmouth to the ground, despite all resistance.
One's gonna win, one.
The eastern indigo snake uses force to block the prey's efforts to fight back.
Is that what it looked like when you saw them?
No, they were a couple of cobras when I got here.
The cottonmouth, despite being a venomous species with an extremely strong muscular system, cannot escape the lock. The defeated one's movements gradually weaken.
The Kingsnake's just a more preventive.
This meal contains a lot of calories, which are essential for the eastern indigo snake's fast metabolism. This energy source helps the hunter continue patrolling its vast territory.
Are they poisonous to each other and just not to humans?
Kingsnake versus rattlesnake. The kingsnake possesses specific enzymes, allowing it to neutralize the necrosis-inducing proteins of the rattlesnake. The confrontation is tense. The kingsnake utilizes a constricting force of up to 180 millimeters of mercury to firmly lock down the opponent's circulatory system. It is not at all intimidated by the fangs filled with toxins. Taking advantage of its flexible jaw structure, it begins to immobilize the skull of the rattlesnake. The rattlesnake tries to use its heat pits to pinpoint the target, but all defensive efforts are meaningless. Sea snake versus Moray eel. The sea snake is a species possessing an elongated body that makes it an expert hunter in narrow rock crevices. With its keen sense of smell, it easily forces the Moray eel to reveal itself. Even though the eel has sharp teeth, the snake's venom is the far more terrifying weapon. The sea snake patiently waits for an opening to deliver the finishing blow, taking advantage of the opponent's thin, scaleless skin to let the venom penetrate. As the snake's fangs sink deep into the Moray eel's head, the prey's nervous system will be paralyzed almost instantly. This victory confirms the sea snake's status, even though the opponent has an impressive size. but the precision. King Cobra versus Rattlesnake. Guided by its sensitive forked tongue, the King Cobra has secured its target. It sinks its fangs straight into the Rattlesnake's head, tightly locking the prey from the very first seconds. The victim coils its body in an attempt to drain the opponent's strength, but the hunter calmly waits for the neurotoxic venom to slowly spread through the circulatory system. The venom from the King Cobra is destroying the central nervous system. The Rattlesnake's constricting force gradually weakens. The Rattlesnake hangs limp and motionless. Its protective scales cannot stop the penetrating bite force from the predator. The King Cobra swallows from the head part. This maneuver helps the Rattlesnake's scales press downwards, sliding through the esophagus safely. Even though its oral cavity is completely filled, the King Cobra is not suffocated at all. It pushes a special windpipe tube called the glottis forward to maintain oxygen levels. King Cobra and Rattlesnake. The King Cobra sinks its fangs deep into the Rattlesnake's body. The victim tightly coils around the enemy's neck, a defensive effort aimed at compressing the larynx and cutting off the oxygen supply. The King Cobra actively contracts the muscles around its venom glands to directly pump a massive amount of neurotoxin into the opponent's circulatory system. The venom blocks the neural transmission signals. Under this silent devastation, the Rattlesnake's muscular constriction gradually loosens. The struggling gives way to a state of paralysis. When the victim is completely immobilized, the hunter finally and slowly releases its bite. The swallowing process begins. At the same time, its windpipe automatically pushes out close to the outer edge of its mouth to maintain continuous breathing. What you have just seen reveals a harsh truth. In nature, there is no room for weakness or mistakes. Even the most dangerously venomous species can become prey when facing their own kind. Survival is always an endless battle. If you found this video impressive, please hit like, leave a comment about the moment that haunts you the most. And subscribe to the channel to continue following other dramatic wildlife stories. Thank you for watching. See you on the next journey of discovery.